Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charlotte.
I'm Justin.
Today we're going to be doing another waxing philosophical.
Yes, we are.
It's going to be carrying over a little bit from the house rules one.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we're going to be talking about variants versus house rules.
Dun, dun, dun.
The question that I propose is, are variants just glorified house rules?
Yes. So, see you next time.
Now, I want to know what makes them so much more special than the house rules that I've come up with and grown to love, because I came up with them and I feel I'm a smart, intelligent girl, and if I like my house rule,
Yep.
why is that looked more down upon than playing
An official
variant? Because, like I talked about in the previous video, I bought the game with my own hard-earned cold cash.
Yes, you did.
They pried it out of my hot little hand to get that game.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I gave it over willingly because I really, really wanted that game.
There you go.
But I made that choice, and now the game is mine. Why is it so frowned upon for me to house rule it?
Because you are wrong.
rude.
Because you are. I know. Because,
Very rude.
because you are not the designer. Because you didn't create the game. Because nothing that you do in a house rule is official.
But it's my game.
Yep.
I'm the one who brought it lovingly into my home and tuck it into bed every night.
Yep. The only difference between a house rule and an official variant is an official variant is a house rule by the designer or creator of the game that has officially sanctioned it to be a part of the rule set of the game. That's the only difference.
I know that's the only difference, but it feels like there's a stigma between the two.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one is, and one is like,
yeah, whatever.
You play it in the dark with your curtains closed because you don't want anyone else to know that you're doing it.
Now, the only thing I could say that really distinguishes the two is playtesting. So if you have an official variant that hasn't been play tested, like significantly, then it should work. Whereas a house rule might work for a very specific situation. Yeah.
Or a group.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Me personally, I don't really see a whole big difference where one is and one's just because neither of them really bother me that much.
Right.
As long as I'm enjoying the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is it offensive? Obviously, you just said it's not offensive to you. No. It's obviously not offensive to me.
Yeah.
But is it offensive to you? Like, because I think this could be a topic of discussion.
Yeah. And
I haven't really heard anybody bring it up before.
Yeah.
Maybe Rodney should put this one as one of his
table talk
backs, because we don't really. We'll have comments on the video, but I can't see us coming back and doing a follow-up. Unless there's a lot of valid points. That if there's like 10s and 20s of comments.
10s and 20s.
Right. Or even 100.
There you go. Well, that'd be crazy.
Be crazy.
Yeah. It's interesting because I guess for me, any kind of variant or house rule, I would need to know the reason why and what is the purpose behind it. We watched the video just the other day. What
inspired it? Yes. Yeah.
And what is the purpose of it changing the game wise?
Right.
So we watched the video the other day where a group of people were playing Resistance.
Yeah.
And in Resistance, you have these two stones, cards or tokens. One's black, one's white, and it's basically whether or not you accept or reject the current team going on the mission. And the way that I understood the rules is you choose one and you put it up forward, and when everyone's ready, you reveal it.
So everyone knows what you chose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that is very important because that is important information. Who is voting against this mission? Who is voting for it? And what information is that going to tell me about who they are?
It's important information because you need it to deduce who you're going to send on future missions.
Yeah. When we watch this group play, they would gather the tokens face down and then mix them and then reveal them.
Yeah.
So you have absolutely no idea who voted for what.
Right.
So for me, if somebody said, this is the way we play it, I might question that. Why are you doing that? Because there's already very little information to go on.
Well, I think playing it that way, I did read comments on that video, and it is a popular variant that some people play with. And I think playing it that way is more of a gateway.
Okay.
And maybe they're not so much into the deduction part of the game. But to me, Resistance, either Avalon or whatever version you have, that's purely a deduction game.
Yeah.
A deduction and bluffing game.
Yeah.
And the deduction of it, and when you're the spy, deducing and like trying to manipulate the loyal people's heads.
Yeah.
Half the fun.
Yeah.
And half of the fun is seeing who voted for what. And when you're the spy, how did we get into reviewing Resistance on our Waxing Philosophical? Anyway, whatever. Half the fun of being the spy is using your voting things in strategic ways to manipulate people and to make you think you're loyal, or maybe you're not loyal, or whatever you're going for, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know.
So that is a variant that's
it's such, to me, it's such an integral tool of the deduction part that the variant doesn't make sense.
Now, I don't know if that's an official variant.
Yeah.
It's just people said a lot of people play that way.
Yeah. So, coming back to the reason I mentioned that would be if I sat down with a group and they said, this is the way I play, I'd be like, so how are you to deduce who the bad guys are or the good guys? What because you're taking away such a vital piece of information. And so I can understand if they're like, oh, well, that's just too confusing. Nobody does that anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's just play a random fest then. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess
it's more of a guessing game at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So to me, anyone who house rules or has a variant that they like to play, I'm not going to be like, oh, no, you have to play by the official rules. And I'm not like that, but I do need to know what effect does that have on the game. And how does this make it work better? Yeah. For you. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to judge it. Right. Yeah. As good or bad. Right. Yeah. That's my take on it. Right. What's your take on it? Yeah. Official variants over glorified house rules. There you go. We waxed it philosophically. There you go. Yeah. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next video. Laters.